That's Miles.
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess 32.
Right. Yep. Nothing to it. Yard art or restoration project? You guess.
I think we should pick up a few. All right, walk down the wrong way. Hey, if you need that parking meter, just take it with you. I got 2 or 3 more. It's kind of my fault. I got around. She's pretty. She is.
Cummins and old tractors. I don't know why I do the things I do, but I had to have this. Been looking at it for years. We should start a moving company. Yeah. Maybe something like that?
What?
Jesus. There's a hole there. I don't think you can see where this is going. Cool places.
We lost the skid.
That's fine.
Moving real good. There's the remains.
I needed some service anyway.
Well, I guess that's where it is. This is its home.
It's home. It's home. Oh wow. Oh yeah, it's just pulled the clamp apart.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Well, not bad. Everybody needs yard art. Well, I do anyway. Now we just need an ancient equipment trailer.
Say that's a Goliath.
Smells like gas for some reason.
Does it smell like chloroform?
Absolutely.
More of a thought.
Yeah. Brakes leave something I desire too. Brakes.
the pedals there.
Oh, sonic punks most of the time. Check it out. Cruise control.
Oh, nice.
I can actually just, I don't have to be in the truck. Works pretty good. Oh, it's got some ghetto. I don't know if it looks better or worse this morning. It just is. Oh, look. Priceless square body parts. My beautiful prize I dragged out of the junkyard yesterday is a 1926 Caterpillar 2-ton. It's actually a carryover model from Holt, the last one that was made. This one was actually made at the new Caterpillar plant in 1926 in Illinois. Manufactured by Holt, the model designation was T35. This one, as you can see, was yellow at one point, but that would not have been original. Caterpillar didn't use yellow paint until the early or mid 1930s. This one should have been gray with red lettering here. Here's one of the neat features of these early Caterpillars, the original script Caterpillar logo with little feet. I have an affinity for all things old and crusty, but what kickstarted my interest in these old Caterpillars was seeing one without tracks, in pieces, on the top of a mountain at the Cerro Gordo ghost town outside of Death Valley. I don't remember what model that one was, but it was definitely a diesel. It might have been a 22, or it might have even been an early RD4. This one has a 4-cylinder gas engine. Apparently these models came with 4.1s and 4.5s. I'm guessing as this was one of the last years they were produced, it's likely the larger 4.5. According to the spec sheet, it makes something like 25 horsepower. Seems a little conservative. This thing's huge. Also, according to the spec sheet, there's an overhead camshaft in there. They didn't have electric starters and batteries in 1926 on tractors. Here's how you start it. I'm missing the hand crank, so I'm gonna have to make one. And here's the ignition system, a magneto. It's basically its own power generator, and it makes spark like a coil. I believe this lever is for timing control. It doesn't really want to move, but that's to be expected. I don't know a whole lot about these magnetos. Gonna have to find a manual or something. Sandwiched in between the gear drive off the timing here and the magneto is a water pump. This is kind of cool. Grease caps. Fill these things up with grease, tighten them down occasionally, and they smush more grease into the bearing surfaces. The radiator has seen better days. I'm sure it'll be fine. At least a couple of the wheels have been broken and welded back together over the years. I'm sure that's fine. The tracks are rough and they are seized solid. The tracks have these idlers on the right side. This one actually still spins. On the left side, we have this. Pretty sure this one stopped spinning like 60 years ago. Good thing I'm up to date on my tetanus shots. Or am I? Don't forget, know when to hold them and when to fold them. I bought this thing, mostly, as yard art. And if it never runs, which is likely, I'm fine. I'm still happy. However, I'm gonna give it a shot. Why do I get the feeling this project is gonna test my somewhat limited fabrication skills? Got the old wrist breaker extension free and moving. I just gotta get it to turn that crank in there, which might take a little longer. Got the transmission cover off. It had been unbolted, unsealed, sitting here loose for, I don't know, many years, let's just say. Anyway, several inches of rainwater down there and a whole bunch of muck. But I found the clutch release bearing, which is seized, but I figured this whole nightmare out and I got it moving. And that's not all I got moving. See if I can do this without sending my phone into the soup. Watch this. That means the crank is actually turning. Not very far. Probably have seized rings, but that's a good sign. Okay, someone explain to me how this is possible. I haven't even soaked the cylinders yet. I mean, it's hard to do holding a camera. I think it's in gear. As I'm doing that, things are shifting down here in the tractor. Oh. Can't hear it, there's a tight spot there. But it's coming around. Yeah, I guess that water's been down there a while. This clutch looks like it came off the Titanic. Well, it turned half a revolution and then turned back. Unfortunately, I'm out of the magic unsticking sauce, so I'm gonna have to get more. Also, 3 large hammers, 12 wire brushes, and some oven cleaner. Restored!